If you guys have not seen that movie, I advise you to watch it. Hey, Exploited, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, we're going to just talk about whatever today. As always, just be respectful to each other in chat. Let's start with how young. Well, no, let's start with this. I got to show you guys this dude. Okay. All right. So this blows my flipping mind. Okay, let me show you this guy's picture. Now, maybe. There we go. There we go. You are. I think everybody's doing pretty good today. I hope, anyway. For sure. Evil Ghost is live right now. I popped over there and said, hey. I like going into places and saying, hey, if I get a chance to. For sure. I really enjoy a lot of different creator stuff. They said Benny Keys did a live last night, and I believe he shared, remember you guys, I mentioned a woman named Rebecca that Toddy skipped over her freaking brain cells. I don't know what her name is. Toddy something. Wasn't very nice too. That's my opinion. That she's stepping over her brain cells. Okay, so this guy right there, back in May of 2017, you guys are not going to believe this shit, okay? Yeah, it is really hot. I don't think the humidity is as hot here today as it has been. Hey, I have no-see-um disease. I do. I am the cult leader of the No-See-Um Society. All right? That means when the sun goes down, that's when I want to go do whatever I got to do during the summer. So, yes, I am the cult leader of the No-See-Um people. Okay? No-See-Um. For real. Okay, so in May of 2017, this guy, William Rothel, was sentenced in July to 12 years in prison. All right, 12 years in prison, 2 years of home detention, and 2 years of probation. Now, somebody calculate that for me. Let's see. That would have been, okay, if he pled guilty, if he was sentenced in July of 2017 to 12 years, if he got out in 2025, he did not do 12 years in prison. He also should be on home detention with probation right now. But anyhow, let me tell you about this character. All right. Now, this guy went into a Payless supermarket here in Anderson, where I do my shopping. Now, look, I know I have all these YouTube fans. Please do not go in the store. thinking you're going to get to meet and greet, remain calm, okay? I don't go to the store much anymore. You know, it's called order it and go pick it up. But anywho, of course, I'm kidding. Somebody would take that and they'll be like, Renee Calm is such a narcissist. She says people want to meet her at the Payless supermarket. Oh, well, it's okay. So anyhow, and that was in 2017. Let me tell you what this guy did. So he goes in to the Payless supermarket and he grabs, trigger warning, an 8-year-old boy. He grabs an 8-year-old boy. He starts dragging this boy through the aisles of the grocery store, holding, you wouldn't even guess what he's holding to this 8-year-old's neck region. A screwdriver. He just grabbed him by the neck, put the screwdriver up to this 8-year-old boy's throat. Now, luckily, the 8-year-old had the wherewithal not to freak out too much and really held himself like you would not believe an 8-year-old can do, right? So the 8-year-old's mama is freaking out. You guys, I'm telling you, I don't know if I could have handled it. I probably would have just went hog wild on this dude's ass. Yeah. How freaky is that? That you're in a grocery store and you got a freak like this just coming in and grabbing your 8-year-old for no freaking reason. So, okay, he was arrested. Now this is in 2017 when he does this. Okay. He was arrested facing charges of kidnapping, battery, and strangulation. Witnesses said he appeared to be on substances. Okay. So, William Rothel's daddy said, my son has mental illness and I've tried to get him help in the past. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because guess what old boy just did? I'll give you one freaking guess. Anybody in the no-see-em community want to guess what this guy just did? I don't know how he got out of prison early. I don't. Let me tell you what he did. On July 9, 2026, at approximately 9:15 a.m., officers with the Anderson Police Department responded to a report of a possible child battery at a business located on North Scatterfield Road. Preliminary information indicates that an adult male approached a shopping cart occupied by a young child, 6-year-old little girl to be exact, and allegedly poked the child with an unknown object before leaving the area. He walks in a freaking store and pokes a 6-year-old girl in the leg. I believe she was 6. Before leaving the area, the child suffered a minor puncture wound and was evaluated by medical personnel following the incident. Let me make that a little bit smaller. I want to make sure I can see it all. Officers responded to the scene, interviewed witnesses, began investigating the incident. Witness identified the suspect's vehicle as it left the area. A short time later, deputies with the Madison County Sheriff's Department located it near Broadway Street and School Street. The suspect was identified as William Rothel, 40 years old, of Anderson. He was taken into custody without incident, later turned over to detectives with the Anderson Police Department Criminal Investigations Division. Rothel was subsequently remanded to the Madison County Jail. Well, I hope so, right? So, he was arrested on charges of battery with bodily injury, residential entry, and listen to this, people, failure to register as a SEX offender. Residential entry and failure to register as a SEX offender. Now, Remain Calm wants to know, where did he pick up those charges? Where did the SEX offender charges come in at? And I haven't really found a lot on this guy yet, but you know I will. You know I will. So, according to the probable cause affidavit filed by Ricardo Camarena of the Anderson Police Department, officers were dispatched to the 800 block of North Scatterfield Road on a report that Rothel had stabbed a 6-year-old girl while she was seated in a grocery cart at Payless Supermarket. Payless Supermarket. Now, is that the same Payless? We have two different Paylesses. We have a Payless closer to my home, then we have a Payless in North Anderson. The one in North Anderson is closer to the interstate. Okay. So EMS came. They transported her to community hospital. In the search of the vehicle, they found a box of ammunition. Now, this is scary. 2 unused insulin needles and 1 cap. 1 cap. The residential entry charge was because he had allegedly tried opening a door to a residence. I have a lot of questions because why? How? If this guy just got out of freaking prison and he had 2 years of probation, was nobody watching this guy? So this is what he says. During questioning by police, Rothel says, "I feel bad about it." But didn't say what he was feeling bad about. He just said, "I feel bad about it." So they arrested him on a parole violation. Now, Rothel admitted to breaking into a home, but he said he didn't take anything. That is the residential entry charge. The residential entry charge, he breaks into a house, but he doesn't take anything. So, was that supposed to be okay? Right? Who does that? This guy, why? Why were they not watching this guy? The court document also stated that he provided false information on the SEX or violent offender registration form. So is the SEX and the violent offender registration form, are they basically the same forms? I guess that's questionable, right? Like I said, 2017, he was convicted on criminal confinement, battery resulting in serious bodily injury, and criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon. Now, he pled guilty in the 2015 case, which that was when he held the 8-year-old hostage with a screwdriver. So he sits in jail from 2015 until he pled guilty in 2017. That's when he got 12 years in prison, which there's no way he did a full 12 years in prison. 2 years home detention, 2 years of probation. He pled guilty to kidnapping, criminal confinement of a child. He was required to register as a SEX offender. Why the SEX offender? Would that make the do they consider a violent crime? And there was an individual when he was holding the screwdriver to the 8-year-old's throat that absolutely stopped him. Absolutely stopped him. For sure. So, what happened? This is the thing. These criminals will commit violent acts upon children. Then they get sent to prison, right? Well, guess what is not in prison with them? Children. There ain't no kids in there with them. Thank God. So why would you let them out early? Now, granted, even if he would have done the 12 years, he sounds like he's on a cuckoo train, right? Something ain't right. Hey, Carrie. Good to see you, babe. Okay, I wanted to get that story out there. Just on my record there a little bit. Okay, so I want to talk about this Sider case. All right. Now, look, there's a lot of people freaking out because Gary Sider Jr. married Elizabeth Sider when she was 15. It kind of, look, that happened all the time. That happened all the time. So now you got this sister-in-law of Elizabeth Sider who's coming out and she's like, I got married to a Sider boy when I was young and pregnant. Now, she'd been married to this guy for freaking 20 years. That says that she felt that she should not have been made to get married because she was young and pregnant. She should have been able to live her life the way she wanted to without getting married. Now, granted, I'm like, you need to wait a minute. Check yourself. No, I do not believe anybody that is under 18 years old should have to get married if they are pregnant. I absolutely don't believe that. I don't. When I had my oldest daughter, and I've said this before, I graduated in June of 1982. I had my daughter in January of 83. I got married. Now, did I kind of feel like I had to get married? Yeah, I did. My dad was the type of person, you need to be married, what the fuck ever, right? It didn't end up working out for me. I knew it wasn't going to work out for me to start with. And it did change the trajectory of my life for sure. So it's more of a peer pressure that when young girls get pregnant like that, automatically, the family feels some type of way about them being married. I couldn't understand why, I think her name's Tessa or something. I couldn't understand what Tessa was talking about because she stayed with the man that she married for 2 decades or more. There are times when you speak with someone who married very young, they have stayed with their partners for years and years and years. So that does happen. Now, I also heard, and I could be wrong, you guys can let me know if I'm wrong, that Elizabeth Sider, the oldest Sider child, is not necessarily the child of Gary Jr., right? So if you really listen to how they talk about where they were raised, they lived in a trailer park. They You know, Elizabeth was young. She was beautiful. She was a beautiful, beautiful girl. And it looked like that she had a lot of things going for her. Now, they talked about her being in cheerleading and a lot of different things. And Elizabeth ends up getting pregnant at a very young age. It sounds like Gary Sider, being, you know, a little bit older or whatever, decided that he was going to, you know, marry Elizabeth. They were going to have babies together. They talked about they wanted a lot of children. And I'm having a hard time. And you guys, let me know if you feel this way too. Because I'm just having a hard time with looking at Elizabeth and believing that she was a mean, malicious person, right? That intentionally harmed her children. And I could be wrong for thinking that. Absolutely. I absolutely could be wrong for thinking. But for some reason, I just don't, I just can't see it, right? I just can't see it for sure. Hey, Deb, what's up? I haven't really caught up with what's going on the YouTube streets. A lot of it is just regurgitated stuff, people fighting with each other. For sure. But no, it's been hot here and it's just kind of crazy. Is that why everybody's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on social media? I wanted to you know, I had something to say about the Summer Wells case yesterday, you guys, and my ear was hurting a little bit too much, so I apologize for hopping off there like I did. Um, for sure. We're just at a point with it where I don't know what to say about it anymore. I mean, I really don't. One thing I'm going to say, come on in here, no CM people. I've always wondered if, and I'm sure law enforcement checked, I'm sure TBI checked, I'm probably more sure that the card team checked, okay? The child abduction rapid deployment team, okay? With the airports. With the airports. How many of you think that there are no incognito airfields in that region? I was always just really curious about that. I really was. It's been raining there off and on. Yeah, this weather's crazy. Crazy, crazy. But yes, I will find out what the difference. See, there, that guy, the William Rothel, I couldn't find nothing on him for sexual offenses. Yep. That's crazy. I don't know, y'all. I do not know, peeps. He was released from prison in December of 2025. Okay. He was released from prison in 2025. Is alleged to have violated his offender registry requirements. July 9th, 2026 is when the incident happened where he poked the 6-year-old girl with an unknown object. She was, like I said, taken to the hospital and seemed to be okay, but that is not a getting stuck with something like that could have long-term effects. Does that make sense? That could have long-term effects. You don't know what may have been on if it was a needle, and it sounds like it was. If he had two unused syringes and one cap found. I wonder what's happened in this dude's life that he wants to inflict such trauma on children, right? Yeah, I love it when it rains too. For sure. I do too. So I'm not actually seeing SEX charges. But definitely battery charges. So maybe, yeah, he did, well, he did do his 12 years, I think. He did do about 12 years. Why wasn't they? Oh, because the victim was a minor. because the victim was a minor, that we required him to register as a SEX offender. The incident happened in 2015 with the 8-year-old boy. He pled guilty in 2017. Why, you would think that they would have kept a better eye on him. No one went out. No one went to the residence that he put down. I don't understand that when we're talking about children. Why aren't they doing that? Why aren't they checking these people? For sure. It doesn't make any sense. It's a sad state of the world that we live in, that your community is put into a position where you're frightened to even take your kids to the grocery store. But why children? Freaky. But that's what got me, Carrie, because they said that it was 2 years of home confinement, right? I thought it was, I'll have to go back and look again. Two years of home detention and 2 years of probation. So from December, when he got out of prison, to this month, 2026, December 2025, he got out of prison. How was he on 2 years of home detention if they didn't even know where he lived? Come on. 2 years of probation. How was he on probation if they didn't even know where he lived? This was a crime against a child. Well, I think that when it's any crime against a child, they need to watch where these people are at. They really do. I mean, not to talk about Ernie Shell, but that's what Ernie got in trouble over. I not given a correct address or not changing his address, but that what Ernie didn't have any crimes against children. I want to make that clear, okay? I'm just stating that that's why he did have issues with his probation. Was I believed it was due to not changing an address or something, right? For sure. Okay, you guys, we're switching it up. Praying for this little 6-year-old girl. How sad is that? Hopefully she doesn't have any, she's going to have long-term effects. There's no doubt about that. So, all right. Now, I know, and y'all don't need to lie about it, okay? You can be totally honest about it, that you, at times, would want to do what this woman did. Are you guys ready for this? Woman 49 arrested after allegedly sewing 42-year-old roommate's lips shut. She sewed them up, Carrie. Hey, I should start that as a business here on YouTube. Hey, $49.99. I will sew them lips shut for you. I will use the finest sewing needle and thread that I can find. I will even use gold thread. Now, the gold thread costs a little bit more. So, we might have to go with $59.99 on that, right? She sewed this woman's mouth shut. Her name was Asai. Reportedly had been letting people, oh no, this is weird. So she was letting runaways stay at her home. That is not cool. The alleged victim escaped by running to a shop with a note reading, "Please help me." What is that scary movie where I'm saying trigger warning, okay? What was that scary movie where the dude sewed the chick's lips shut? Oh, it's got Dee Snider in it. It's a freaky movie. What is it? Dang it. It's got Dee Snider in it. Dee Snider plays this, I don't know how do you say it? Masochistic? Masa? Strangeland. There you go, Carrie. He sewed the chick's mouth shut. Girl, my lips would be bleeding because I would be screaming. Okay, so the girl ran to a shop with a note that said, "Please help me," as she couldn't speak. The suspect reportedly housed people who had run away from home and helped them find jobs. Police are investigating the motive and questioning others who were reportedly present during the alleged incident. How the hell did she sew this woman's mouth shut? How does anybody sew somebody's mouth shut? Okay, so the perpetrator, this happened in Japan, okay? They arrested a 49-year-old woman after she allegedly How the fuck do you allegedly sew somebody's mouth shut? Inquiring minds want to know. Remain Calm wants to know. How do you allegedly sew somebody's mouth shut? Kind of weird, isn't it? Okay, so she allegedly sewed her 42-year-old female roommate's lips together. Masai Sakurai is alleged to have sewn her roommate's lips shut with a needle and thread on June 29th. The roommate, whose name was not disclosed, was able to leave the house a day later around 1:30 p.m. local time while the suspect was out. She reportedly wore a white face mask as she ran to a nearby shop carrying a piece of paper that read, "Please help me," because she couldn't speak. An employee from the shop called the Popo. The alleged victim had been living with Sakurai since April 2025. She reportedly told police that her fear of this woman prevented her from leaving sooner. She said, "I was afraid of her, so I couldn't escape right away." Damn, she had been over there. She'd been there over a year. Over a freaking year. So Sakurai, if I'm even saying that right, had been letting people who ran away from their homes live in her house. Now, look, I am not going to tell people that running away from home is cannot be a scary thing. It's where you might go with someone saying, "Oh, hey, did you run away from home? Why don't you come and stay at my house? I have a lot to offer," right? You can hang out. You can use my Wi-Fi. You can eat my food. If you're nice enough, I might even let you drive my car. You know, some of them people are freaks. All right? They're freaks. But Sakurai, she did help people find jobs and stuff. So a 54-year-old acquaintance of Sakurai allegedly told reporters they had visited the home in November and seen 2 or 3 women and a male around the age of a junior or senior high school student. Okay. So that's not telling me why she sewed her mouth shut. They're not saying. That's freaking scary. But yeah, if you guys have never seen a freaky movie, watch Strangeland with Dean Snyder. That movie is a trip. I would probably get in trouble if I showed it to you guys, but wow, that is a freaky movie. Freaky freak movie. For sure. I'll tell you what I'm sick of. What looks weird, Tara? What looks weird? What are you seeing that looks weird? Inquiring minds want to know. No, but earlier when I mentioned the Summer Wells case, it would be very interesting for, um, because I've always thought that. Has anybody else ever thought about maybe there be, some sort of, I don't know. I always wondered about the airfields and stuff like that, for sure. It's very sad, but and it happens everywhere. It's just not in Eastern Tennessee. This stuff happens everywhere. Cockfighting. In the beginning of Summer's case, somebody from the area, there was talk of cockfighting and stuff, and I didn't even think twice about it when it was talked about. A lot of people got really freaky about it, and they were like, "Oh my God, cockfighting!" Well, from my understanding, it is illegal, but that's something that's been around for generations, right? So, um, so I guess I didn't get excited about that like some people did. Just because it's something that happens all the time. What I want people to really understand also, and like I said, look, I live in Indiana. We are talking about cornfields, okay? We have cornfields. There are many movies that show, uh, you know, the mafia taking care of individuals by burying them in the middle of cornfields in Indiana. We've had serial killers. We've had I know two different cases involving one case, two girls. I knew them when I was younger, and a man, they were hitchhiking. A man took them to the cornfield, and trigger warning, he slit their throats. Both survived. They were sisters. Then there's another case, and I'll have to find it and pull it up. It was three girls, two sisters and another girl. And the individual also took them to a cornfield and did horrific things to them. It's sad, but some people have woods. Don't get me wrong, we have woods and shit here too, right? But there's individuals who will pay a large amount of money to see different things. They might be out in the middle of nowhere and bare knuckle fighting going on. There might be out in the middle of nowhere, and believe me, I have never seen this on my own, but researching things, they will absolutely buy children out of a freaking barn somewhere, right? Clown in a cornfield? I don't know. I must have missed that one. Hell no. I don't want to see no clown in no cornfield. For real. Remember when them weird ass clowns were going around trying to scare people? They were standing out in front of people's houses and doing weird shit. Is it funny? You know what I do remember seeing was what was that? Winnie the Pooh? Didn't they turn Winnie the Pooh into a killer? Oh, then Bambi. They turned Bambi into a psychotic freaking deer. They did. They're like, come on, kids, let us tell you the true story of Bambi. Bambi is mean, and Bambi is unaliving people. But no, I couldn't believe they did that to Winnie the Pooh. It's like, why the fuck are you turning Winnie the Pooh into a freaking killer bear? Right? Have you guys ever had what's it called when you can't move? What is that called when you can't move? Paralysis? Sleep paralysis? May. He is May. They turned him into a bad bear. I didn't do it, May. They did it. They did it, ma'am. I did not. I have had sleep paralysis before. Really. Actually, and this is not even joking, about a week and a half ago I did. And it's really weird. And I know y'all are going to think I'm not telling you the truth when I tell you this, but I was watching a freaking movie about this chick who was possessed. And I fell asleep and I ended up getting sleep paralysis. And I couldn't move. I couldn't freaking move. So, yeah, it was pretty creepy. But I've had it happen before. I had it happen when I was young. I was put in a very traumatic situation. I was young and I ended up having sleep paralysis that night. It was really weird. That was the first time I'd ever had it. For real. And usually after it happens, I try not to think about it. I just don't even, it happens, and then I'm like, oh, well, it happened. Then I had it one time. I don't know what the heck was happening because I couldn't breathe. That was the one that tripped me out the most because I couldn't breathe. A warning sign. I figured the chick on the TV that was freaking possessed was trying to send that demon through to me. And I was like, no, bitch, that's not going to happen. But no, I did fall asleep watching a freaking scary movie, you know. Ew. Yeah, that's weird, Tara. For sure. I'll never forget one night because my sister, I'm the youngest out of five, but one of my sisters has passed away, right? No, it wasn't sleep apnea, May May. It was not, no, it wasn't sleep apnea for sure because I was very much aware of it. So I wasn't asleep. I was wide awake. Absolutely wide awake. So that's why I just chalked it up to sleep paralysis again. But I was laying there. I was just laying there asleep. And, you know, like I said, one of my sisters has already passed away. Rest in peace, Donna Mae. But I was laying there and I was asleep. And I felt something poking me in the chest. And I could feel something poking me in the chest. And I kind of woke up. I remember I flung my arm over, and it was so weird because I seen it was I seen it wasn't like I seen my sister in full form. I like seen this. It was like a green kind of. It looked like my sister when she was younger. It didn't look. She didn't look her age, but she looked like my sister when she was a younger age. It was freaky. That was really freaky. For sure. So I think those are the only 3 times, except for when I heard the dude's heartbeat, which was really freaky. The Addams family to adopt you. I have always been a scary movie buff. There's not too many scary movies that I think have ever really scared me, right? Damn, Tara, that's scary. That is scary. Well, that's freaky, Sipsy. How do you know it's a ghost dog? Maybe it's a ghost man and he just wants somebody to snuggle with, right? Yeah, I'm the same way. It's real people you got to be afraid of, in my opinion. Mama Bear, I was gonna. Hey, evil ghosted. Good to see you. Mama Bear, I am so sorry that you got my text that wasn't supposed to go to you. I apologize for that. I was texting some things last night, and all of a sudden I get a text from Mama Bear, and she's like, hey, lady, wrong person. I was like, oh man, I am so sorry. Yeah, evil ghosted. Evil ghosted. Yeah. Heard us talking about evil ghosters. For sure. So funny. That is very true, though. I mean, I don't know. I guess just growing up the way I did. Because remember, y'all do not forget that we're just that is so funny. I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I not too many things scare me. We're sitting here and we had the front door open. It was winter time and we had the front door open and freaking some guy came running up to the front door. He just came running up to the freaking front door for no reason and said that he was just going to walk in the front door. There's the link to Evil Ghost. You guys go check out Evil Ghost. I love going over there. Good people over there. So, I mean, the dude was just going to fucking come in the house. And you could tell he was doing dope. And Todd, luckily, was standing right there at the front door. Oh, no problem. But yeah, the guy said that there were people looking for him. They were going to kill him. And the first thing I said was, go down to the park and hide. Don't fucking hide around my house. Go down to the park and hide. But this is just the way I am. If somebody's out there and they're doing dope, I don't care what they're doing as long as they're leaving me alone. There's a lot of people with substance problems that don't go out here causing a lot of trouble for people, right? For sure. Well, I mean, Todd was always pretty mellow. He was a pretty mellow guy. He didn't let too many people, uh, you know, upset him or anything like that. That's just the way he was. For sure. He was a pretty big dude, though. He was 6'3". He was 6'3", so he could definitely hold his own. For sure. For sure, for sure. But I want to drop, well, I'm going to find Benny's link too. I want to drop Benny's link. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I definitely want to watch Benny talk to Rebecca. Let me pull him up here. Hold on. because I really want you guys to hear Rebecca's story. I really do. Her name is Rebecca Macilio. I hope I say that right. Macilio. Bless her heart. Let me drop Benny's link real quick. I'll be dropping links today. I need to go try to catch up on some links for sure. There you go. He just did that live last night, you guys. So go over to Benny's and catch that for sure. She has a story to tell. I just get pissed off when I hear, someone like Rebecca that, has had such a great loss in her life, in her family. And then to hear that a freaking YouTube creator, and I'll say her name, Toddy, P-O-S Toddy. Like I said, Toddy skips over her brain. I can't remember even what her real channel's called or whatever, but that takes advantage of someone's story like that, takes advantage. That just pisses me off. That just really pisses me off. For sure. Yes, $500, May. Yes, she tried to sell her daughter for $500. She absolutely did. Yeah, she got 15 years in jail. 15 years in jail for trying to sell her daughter for $500. Right? It's called Toddy Skipped. It's Toddy One Skip or something like that. I only found out about Toddy's channel because of the Whitakers. So, and she needs to quit acting like that. She's the fucking YouTube police on making money off the Whitaker name, because that girl had more commercials in her interview with Patrick Rourke than anybody I'd ever seen in my freaking life. Maybe I'll roasty her. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just roast Toddy. I hadn't roasted anybody for a long time. I kind of miss doing my roast. But you know how it is. Some of these people on these YouTube streets, they cannot laugh at themselves. The thing about it is, we're not doing stupid shit. They're doing stupid shit. They get mad at you if you show somebody saying something about them and they're like, hey, now it's okay if that other person said that shit about me. Don't you repeat what they said about me, right? It's like, grow the fuck up. For sure. You call Sunday dinner a roast? Really? We call meat a roast. Right? That's what we do. Our roast, our actual roast. I've actually done a couple pretty funny roasts, I think. I can't remember everybody that I roasted, though. I think when I roasted traders, that was the most fun. I think that was the most fun one I did. I'll have to go back and see who I roasted. Sunday roast, beef, pork, chicken, and lamb. I can truly say I have never had lamb. I have never had lamb. For sure. I know, me too. I miss Traders too. She was fucking hilarious. Hilarious. I got a bunch of clips of her though. I'll have to pull them out. Why did that hide that? It just scares whoever finds me. I'm like a zombie and totally out of it, waiting for the ambulance guys to get sexy. Lord have mercy. I've not had a good rapport with ambulance guys from this area. The dude is an asshole. I was like, no thanks. I do not care if I'm taking my last breath. I'll be getting out of a car and going into that ER. I won't let them fuckers touch me around here. Hell no. They make motherfuckers walk to the ambulance around here. I had a heart attack. I weigh fucking, this is no shit. This is no fucking shit. I am 4'11". Well, I'm older now. I probably shrunk. We'll say 4'10". And I weighed fucking 90, not even 90 pounds. I had a fucking heart attack. Them bitches made me walk to the fucking ambulance. And then the psycho ambulance guy, I'm laying there having a fucking heart attack. And he's back there going, I could save your life. What? You better take my ass to the hospital. Serious, I swear, you guys, that's the truth. That did happen. It did fucking happen. Made my ass, having a fucking heart attack, walk out to the fucking ambulance. Couldn't even lift a 90 fucking pound woman to carry her ass out to the ambulance. And then they wanted to send me a bill. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? What are you gonna fucking bill me for? I walked to your motherfucking ambulance. For real. It was crazy. Fucking weirdos. Dumping people on pavements. Well, it is sad and it goes on everywhere. Some people who go into the hospital will just throw their asses back out, right? And they're like, you just got to get off the hospital property. I'm telling you, Carrie. That's what I'm saying. I'll drive my damn self too. I will take one of my little nitro pills. I've never taken one, but I had a nurse friend of mine tell me that a lot of people who take nitro, you got to be careful because if you really don't need it, that it gives you a fucking headache. But I don't know. I've never taken them before. She called that man in her room boo. In her. Husband left work because he heard that. He was upset. It was sad. What? What are you doing, Sage? My sister had a medical incident recently. Said all that she could think about was the back door flying open and rolling down the highway. That is funny. Hey, Chris. Oh, it lowers your blood pressure too. I've never had to use it, so my ass will go to the hospital if I feel like I'm having a heart attack. For sure. Better believe it. Okay. That's crazy. We actually had, and I'll never forget this, the there was some the ambulance guys were taking selfies with patients that were not right mind. And I think they got fired over it. For sure. That is true, Chris. I probably am taller sitting down than I am standing up, for sure. For sure, for sure. Absolutely. I was afraid at first. It didn't give me a headache, but lowered my pressure down real bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take it unless I have to. For sure. It is still unopened. I should probably check the expiration date on it because I've never even opened it. And let's see, I had my heart attack February of last year. I believe it was February of last year. But I think my first time that I ever experienced something that I thought was paranormal was when I heard the heartbeat in my house. It was very loud, and it was definitely a heartbeat. I probably wouldn't have thought. I mean, it scared the shit out of me. I was really young. I was little. That was after I ate the poison apple. That is a true story. I've told it before. I know people probably don't believe me, but I ate a poison apple. We had a green apple tree, and it sat on right in between our property and our neighbor's property. He was an old grouchy man, and me personally, I love green apples. If you get me around an apple tree, especially a green apple tree, my ass is going to be eating green apples. And so I ate some green apples, and the guy had sprayed them with poison. He was trying to kill the tree. Problem was, half of that tree was on our property. So the story goes that I ate the green apple. I remember being fucking dizzy. I remember being so dizzy. I'll never forget that. And my dad had words with the man, and he died of a heart attack. And really soon after he died of the heart attack is when I heard the heartbeat. In the middle of the night, scared me, got up, ran out the room. And the only reason that I truly know what I heard is because the next night, my sisters heard it. My sisters heard it the next night also. So, really strange story, but absolutely true, right? Oh, yeah, I've got it put up. Honestly, I am not allergic to morphine. I don't like it. I absolutely have it on my allergy list. I'm weird. I don't want that kind of shit. I'm always afraid something's good. My thing is, I don't want motherfuckers ODing me in the fucking hospital, right? For real. It's like, look, people, I don't do that heavy shit. No heavy shit for me. I don't do well with it. But yeah, it kind of sucks here because, um, for a lot of different things, you got to go all the way to Indy. Like when I had my heart attack, they transferred me freaking 45 minutes away from home. My family had to drive 45 minutes just to come to the hospital. Um, it just, it was messed up. It was messed up. Well, that's what they usually do. They usually do give morphine for pain in the ER. That's just, I mean, if you're in a lot of pain, that's what they start out with is morphine. For sure. No doubt about it. You wake up during surgeries, that's scary. That is really scary. I don't even want to have any type of surgeries or nothing done. I really don't. I am a big wuss when it comes to that stuff. I am. Have you ever heard of them people that have actually recorded themselves in freaking surgery? And they have the doctors and the anesthesiologist talking crap about them. I don't know. I don't know. Now I don't know. To me, morphine, I'm afraid it's going to mess with my breathing. For sure. No, I'm a big puss when it comes to shit like that. Believe me. Nope, my experiences with them kind of things aren't really good, for sure. Yeah, that's what I've always figured, that, things like morphine, Dilaudid, they suppress your breathing, for sure. There's a reason why cancer patients receive morphine and Ativan. For sure. You can ask a hospice nurse, she'll tell you exactly what it's used for. You're allergic to antibiotics? I don't know. I'd rather 420 it all day long. For real. I am not good with some of that stuff. At all. At all, at all. Life is too short, my friends. I don't even know if my ass would want to even come back and haunt anybody. I used to have a haunt hit list. If you ever have a moment, really think about it. Really think about a haunt hit list and who you would come back and haunt. Now, there's people that you're going to want to come back and be like, hey, I'm still here. I'm hanging out with you, right? And then there's other people you're like, yeah, you're on my haunt hit list. For real. Just want to come back and scare the shit right out of them. I could imagine me coming back and haunting somebody. That's what I was talking about. You guys remember the movie? Is it the Twilight Zone, where it's got the little devil guy? He carries the spear around and he's fucking stabbing people and shit. I want to find that. I think it's the Twilight Zone. I've been looking for that. That little person reminded me of a couple people. Twilight Zone. Twilight. Twilight Zone. Uh, Little monster with no, not a gremlin. It's not a little gremlin. Ah, I'm gonna try to find it. Trilogy of Terror. Thank you, the Piratus. That is it. Yes. Yes. Trilogy of Terror. Hold on, we'll pull it up. Yes, that's a movie from 75. movie from 1975. That's it. Hold on, I'm gonna find the little crazy guy. Don't you make me pay for this movie. Oh shit. Okay, that's the IMDb on it. There it is. Here it is. I found it. Check him out. Hold on. There he is. Who's that remind you guys of? Oh, Lips. Is that your baby picture? That is funny. That is funny. I was looking for that. Yeah. Watch out. Watch out. Here she comes. That is hilarious. Heck yeah. Funny. Thank you, the Piratettes. Yeah. That is a good movie. I think I might get YouTube Premium and do a movie channel. So I thought about just, putting some movies on a playlist or something. Get the free movies and put them on there for everybody. I'll tell you a movie I just watched recently, and I watch it every year faithfully. That is a movie with Farrah Fawcett, and she plays a lot of interesting individuals, and she did Small Sacrifices, where she played Diane Downs, the mother who shot her children. She played a woman that was for years being severely beaten by her husband, and she finally leaves him and she catches the bed on fire. That one's called The Burning Bed. Then, if y'all want to watch her in a really good one, she's in a movie called Extremities, and this guy R's her, and then he comes to her house. She fucks him up. Rapper, what you doing, rapper? She did, didn't she, Sipsy? I know, that was an amazing movie. She was, Carrie. She was an amazing actress. She really had to prove herself. She really did. Those are her three main movies that, I know The Burning Bed and Small Sacrifices were based on, true stories. The Burning Bed, I believe that was the first female of domestic violence that actually was found not guilty and released from prison. For sure. I don't know. Maybe we'll start on Friday nights having movie night or something. We could do that too. 1980 true crime book tells the harrowing true story of Francine Hughes, a Michigan mother who set her violently abusive ex-husband's bed on fire while he slept after enduring 13 years of brutal physical and sexual abuse. Yep. Wow. Kind of wild. Bless her heart. She kept getting restraining orders and they kept letting him beat the piss out of her. Yeah, that was sad. Yeah, her documentary's still out there. She had colon cancer, right? Farrah had colon cancer. Yeah, the documentary's real sad. It shows her having to cut her famous hair, and I didn't care for Ryan O'Neal. I did not care for Ryan O'Neal at all. For sure. Yeah, I think it is too, just called Farrah. She deserved, so she absolutely deserved to be called an actress. For sure. Yeah, he was a fuckface, wasn't he, Sage? I'll say it for you. That dude was fucking ate up. I believe it led into colon. That fucking picture's killing me. That is so funny. Who does this little critter look like to you guys? Yeah, she did love him. It was really sad about her son Redmond, though, because he was in prison. He was in prison when she passed away. I believe they let him out to go to her funeral, for sure. But I will always give her props, for sure. For sure. Now, see, us no seeing people, we have to watch out for critters like this on the screen. Okay? Because even though we're no seeing people, yeah, that is a different kind of cult right there. Yes, he did. Oh no, the son, I think he's still in prison, Sage. I truly believe he's still in prison, ma'am. He was charged with a lot of drugs, I think. Because she couldn't have a baby. She couldn't have a baby, so. He's 41 years old now. He's at the Patton State Hospital, a psychiatric facility in San Bernardino, California. He's been there since his 2018 arrest for attempted murder and assault. Wow. I thought it was just drugs. According to recent updates from his godmother and conservator, he's been drug-free, on proper medication, and making progress with his mental health. Wow. I didn't know he was in a psychiatric facility. I thought he was just in prison. 2 months ago. Now, Brian died December 8, 2023. Remember, freaking Farrah goes to Ryan's house and he's poking some bitch in the bed. He fucked around on Farrah Fawcett. Who the fuck would do that, right? Oh, yeah, Ryan O'Neal did. Ernie, Ziggy, and Fred looks like that critter. You think Ernie does? I don't think Ernie does. Yes, he had a lot of drug problems, right? He had a lot of substance problems for sure. Farrah loved him though. Farrah loved him. Who the freak did he try to kill, I wonder? Well, you know how some of them rich people are. All they worrying about is thought he was all that in a bag of chips. Well, I mean, look how Tatum O'Neal turned out. She had substance problems still. Redmond was born in 1985. So, yes, he was an addict. He was charged with attempted murder in connection with an incident in which he allegedly stabbed 2 men in a string of violent attacks and robbed a convenience store at gunpoint. He had tattooed devil horns on his forehead. Tattooed devil horns on his forehead. Who the fuck would tattoo devil horns on their forehead? His conservator says he's been drug-free and a model patient for 5 years now at Patton State Hospital. Wow. That's messed up. I don't know if I would want to be in a mental hospital. For real. So basically, I think Ryan O'Neal took advantage of Farrah, especially when she was sick. He wanted her to marry him so bad, right? These Hollywood kids just still go to prison forever. They get psychotic. Well, I mean, come on, Sipsy. Look what the fuck, what's his name did to his daddy and his mom. Right? What kind of fucked up life did that one kid have that he ends up murdering his mom and dad? but I think he's in jail. Okay, wait, now I gotta find his name. Reiner Cave. This kid is messed up. Double homicide of filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife at their Brentwood, Los Angeles home. Nick Reiner was 32 years old. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and is currently being held without bail. But I thought he was having psych problems. So he must be taking I'll eventually talk about this case, but I know right now from the update that I've seen on it, Mr. A, what have you been doing? What has my Moroccan sniper been doing? I heard your name. I hear it's your name, sir. I heard somebody told you to hush. Oh, no, you told them to hush. I'm sorry. I got it backwards. You were like, you need to hush. I'm going to teach you how to say it, remain calm way, right? You got to be like, girl, you need to hush your mouth. That's how you got to say it. They understand that a little bit better than just, you need to hush. You got to say it with the slang, okay? You got to use that little twang. I know that you have an accent, but you gotta get the twang in there. You gotta be like, girl, you need to hush your mouth, right? Those girls are always on your ass. That's because they undercover like you, for real. They're like, I want the Moroccan sniper on my team. I'm like, you girls go ahead and fight over him. He will always come back home to remain calm. Mr. A will always be my Moroccan sniper over here. That's so funny. I always see you're always up to something. I'm like, there they are. I hear Mr. A's name again. So funny. Keep having fun with it, Mr. A. That's all you need to do. Keep having fun with it. Funny. Hey, Mr. A, do you see this picture? Go watch out for them critters right there. Them bitches be biting your ankle and shit. If they're talking about being in your house and stuff, this is what they look like. Public service announcement. Beware. Beware of the YouTube critters. They carry sharp little knives. They got big Dracula teeth. They be biting your ankles and shit. You got cameras? They don't show up on cameras. They're too little. They're too fast, Mr. A. Them bitches be biting your ankles before you even know they're there. For real. And don't try to make friends with them. Do not try to make friends with these critters. You need a cat. Well, I've got 3 kittens. I wish I could send you one. I would send you one. They're all beautiful. 3 little kittens. They're getting ready to go to the vet so I can get all their shots. For sure. For sure, for sure. Love is in the air. Oh shit. See, I hate that because I had my summer banner up. I am not good at this, people. I can tell you that right now. They will. They'll pull your hair and shit. I mean, you got to watch out for them. They will. I mean, if you're going to get a cat, make sure you get a big one. Because them bitches, they will attack you at the same fucking time. It's like a tribe of them. I'm telling you, they are tribal. They be fighting over who's nice, the sharpest. And you got to watch it because they have a lot of chaos between themselves. So if you walk in your house and you flick the light on and you hear, don't worry. It's just one of them stabbing the other one in the back. Just another day in the neighborhood. You can call the little troll ambulance. They will come and get them. They will. For real. Not my neighbor. I don't pay any attention to my neighbor. I really don't. For sure. What child are you talking about, Tara? Tara is mad. She said no one was helping the child. What child are you talking about? I am lost, Karen with a C. Tara has just blown my mind because she's mad because somebody's not helping a child. Why would you get their shots? Just let them have their own jabs. I'm talking about real life kittens, May. Not. I ain't talking about these little critters there on the screen. I was talking about the 3 kittens I got outside. I'm getting their shots. For sure. No, these little critters, they don't help kids, okay? They don't. For real. Funny. I'm glad I found this picture, though, because I've been looking for this picture for a couple days. I thought it was a Twilight Zone, but thank you, Priestess, for letting me know where this came from. Freaking crazy world. It's a crazy world. So you all watch out for these critters out there. They try to be stabbing you in the toe and shit. Pulling your hair. Who'd been on life support? Who are you talking about? Tara, I'm completely lost. Who was on life support? Girl, who are you having a conversation with? Are you multitasking? Are you in Remain Comp's chat? And, just to let you guys know, I can do a live and I can be in somebody else's chat talking to them at the same time, right? Oh, I don't need to know shit about my neighbor. No. Not me. Inquiring minds do not want to fucking know about that shit. For real. I don't know who was on fucking life support. Tara won't tell us now. Tara, who was on life support? Tara's just having this conversation. I'm like, what are you talking about? Tara. Dang it, girl. It's okay, Tara. I'm just playing with you. You know I am. I don't know Sipsy, though. I still don't know who was on life support. I know. I don't even. People know my neighbors more than I know my neighbors. Isn't that a fucking trip? Let me check Carrie Lawson. Tara's got to check Carrie. She's got to check it out. For real, funny. Sometimes I wonder if you and me have opened the doors to the abyss in our heads, or we're twins. I think we were, I do. I think we're sisters from another mister. It started over for you. Well, thank you, girl. That'd give me two views right there. Thank you, Tara. For sure. I have good neighbors too. I only have one bad neighbor. See, that's the thing. You know, one bad neighbor does not make the whole neighborhood bad. I do want to put that out there. I've got some good neighbors. For sure. So, absolutely true. One bad neighbor does not make the whole neighborhood bad. I will not put that on my other neighbors at all. You can tell me different. You can tell me different. You can tell me about my neighbors. No, my neighbors are okay. My neighbors are okay. The ones who live beside me, on both sides of me. I don't know. I know one neighbor who lives across the street, and that ain't even the one that's a pain in my ass. I don't know anybody on that side of the street anymore. For sure. All your neighbors are widow. That you're right though, Mr. A. They can destroy a whole neighborhood. They sure can if you let them. I got too much shit going on my own. I ain't got time for fucking with neighbors, for sure. For sure, for sure. All right, guys, I've been on here 2 hours. I've just been talking shit. I'm going to get off here. The link for Evil Ghost is in the chat. Benny's link is in the chat too. I'm going to recommend you guys go over and listen to Rebecca's story. I think everybody needs to hear it. I think it's what a creator done to this woman is horrifying. We'll talk about it. We're definitely going to talk about it. I will get prepared. You guys know how I am. I'm going to end up roasting Toddy. I know that I will. People like that are just remain calm, roastable people. So I'll get ready for that. We might have a good time with that for sure. So you guys go check that out. Mr. A, you are always my Moroccan sniper. You know this is your home. This is your base camp. Okay. Oh, thanks, Sipsy. I know I like talking about everything. I do. We have fun doing it. So, but I appreciate you guys. And thank you, Carrie Lawson. Thank you, Mr. A. Thank you, May May. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Sage. Thank you, everybody came in. I would name you off one by one, but I'd be here another 20 minutes. I don't want my OCD to kick in, so for sure. Yeah, I love talking about everything. For real. But I will catch you guys again. Go out and have fun. Be you, do you. And like I said, watch out. Watch out for these little evil people. These little evil people. They're all in a community. Well, thank you. In a community together. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you later. Always around if you need me.